Hello, my name is Thomas Flynn. I'm Cultural Heritage Lead at Sketchfab, and today I'm going to share 10 ways that you can use Cultural Heritage 3D online at your cultural organization or museum. We're going to cover these 10 topics, and hopefully you can pick out the ones that are going to be the most relevant to your own work. So the information that I'm going to cover during this presentation is also covered in a more extended way over at glam3d.org, an online white paper regarding 3D copyright and open access, as well as another presentation called Cultural Heritage 3D in the Wider 3D Landscape, which has a few more ideas and examples. So I recommend that you follow up by clicking the link in the presentation. Okay, idea number one. It's very simple. The easiest way to use a 3D model online is simply to embed it into your website, just as you would embed an image or a video. It's possible once you upload a 3D model to Sketchfab to just copy the code and embed it with full controls like full screen. Otherwise, this example is from the Field Museum, their 3D model of Sue the T-Rex. Another way that you can use 3D models is to create derivative media. Here is a video produced by the Museum of Modern Art in New York to post on their social media platforms to advertise the 3D scan that they made of Van Gogh's Starry Night. You can create obviously derivative video as well as derivative images to post where video and images are more natively supported, for example on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The third idea is to use collections to organize your 3D models on Sketchfab. So a collection is simply a group of 3D models that you have posted or other people have posted. So here is an example from the Oxford University Museum of Natural History, where they've collected all of their first animals 3D models in one place so that they can share a link that people can explore all in one go. And the Museum of the Cosmos does something slightly different, where they create themed collections and they fill them up with 3D models posted by themselves, but also by other users on Sketchfab as well. So it's a great way to illustrate a topic by drawing on amazing 3D content that's being posted from organizations and collections around the world. The next way you can use 3D is to create object tours. So we're taking one object and taking a closer look at it, and here we have clickable hotspots with the numbers in, and as you click, the camera zooms in onto a particular part of the model, in this case a 3D scan of a statue from Pacific Islands currently held by the British Museum. And you can add text to these hotspots as well as images and GIFs and links, and then you have a self-contained educational tour for that object. Another really nice example of how you can use Sketchfab in an imaginative way, I witnessed at the DigiDoc conference in 2018, where the education team there had set out iPads with 3D models on, and then they distributed to a class of children a Sketchfab challenge where they asked the children to explore the 3D models on the iPads, along with a question that was posed to help them look at particular parts of the object and discover more about it. So through exploring in 3D, they could answer these questions. And then at the end of the session, they put the iPads away, so no digital screens, and they had a discussion based on what they had seen, which I think is a really nice way to use Sketchfab and digital technology. It's also possible to set up a 3D model, not just for viewing on a touch screen or with a mouse and keyboard, but you can set it up for viewing in augmented reality and virtual reality in Sketchfab. This is a view of the Sketchfab editor that everybody who uploads a 3D model to Sketchfab has access to, where you can set the scale of the 3D model so that you can view it in different ways, whether that's on a screen on the left there or in virtual reality or augmented reality, which gives slightly different perspectives, maybe a better idea of the object scale when you experience them in these other ways. Using special tags on a Sketchfab model it's possible to plot your 3D models onto a map. So this could be where the 3D model was found, or rather the artifact was found, or it could be where the artifact currently is held, maybe in a museum collection. But this is using something called the Sketchfab API, which is a application programming interface to overlay the 3D model locations based on a particular tag onto a map. It's also possible using Sketchfab API to build rich media tours. So here we have a 3D model as the main media with clickable hotspots, but SciArc, the company that created this tour, worked with local experts to provide video and audio content, as well as text and images, which are overlaid on top of the 3D model as you explore it to give you more context. So it's possible to build very rich experiences with 3D. Next, I want to talk about open access. So there's a difference between publishing a 3D model for viewing, so I can access a visualization of 3D data and interact with it live in real time, and then publishing your 3D data for download, so to give people access to the source 3D file so they can download it to their computer and use it in their own project. On Sketchfab, when you click the download button under any model that a user has chosen to make downloadable, you have the different options for different file formats. Sketchfab converts the original format into a couple of other modern formats, GLTF and USDZ. And as well, we try to make it clear what license the data is offered under, in this case, Creative Commons Attribution. And we have a button to copy the attribution text to make it easier when people reuse that 3D data. And you never really know how 3D models might get reused. And one of my favorite reuses was the parade shield from the National Museums of Sweden. When they published their 3D model of a parade shield, it turned up eventually in a video by Post Malone that's been seen millions and millions of times by audiences that may not have experienced the historical content otherwise. It's only in the screen for a couple of seconds, but it's a great example of the serendipitous reuse of 3D that can happen. Another great reuse of combining digital and physical, the State Darwin Museum created an interactive exhibition where they had a 3D print of a chimpanzee skull, and they connected the 3D print with some electronics and over Wi-Fi to a Sketchfab 3D model running on a screen. So as you turn the model, it would turn the chimpanzee's head on the screen, so you could explore the digital scan, as well as buttons on the skull that you could click that would then trigger the annotations on that 3D model. And it was a great way to engage with younger audiences. And that's all I've got for you today. I hope that's been useful. And if you'd like to learn more, please do get in contact or explore the links in the presentation as well.